Hi, it's Karen, and tonight we are going to make banana bread in our Instant Pot. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and I've pre-measured all of the ingredients, and so I'm just going to go through them really quickly and show you what we're putting together, and then we'll get started. So this is a family recipe, and of course, making it in the Instant Pot is not the way that we normally do it. So that'll be something that's a little bit different than the norm. The first thing that we have is 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. Then I have 1 1/4 teaspoons of baking powder. So I'm gonna add that in there. Then I have 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Then I have 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, which makes it the best. Then I have 1/8 teaspoon of salt. And then I have 3/4 cup of sugar. All right, oops, sorry. Those are all my dry ingredients. And so I'm gonna grab a spatula, sorry. And I'm just gonna mix those together really quickly. So you wanna mix all your dry ingredients. And then I've got this to mix all of my wet ingredients. So what's in here right now is 2 egg whites. What I do is I crack the egg and I just kind of go back and forth with it to get the egg whites out, but leave the yolk in the egg. But if you have an egg separator, you could do that too. So I've got 2 of them in here and I just need to beat them slightly. We don't want to do too much, but just a little bit. And that's good enough. Then I have 1/4 cup of cooking oil, and I'm going to add that. And then I have 2 ripe bananas. I actually like them maybe even a little more ripe than this, but this is what I've got, so we're going with this. So I'm going to take those and put them in here, and in just a second I'm going to mash them. But the more brown they are, first off, they're easier to mash up. But second off, they have more flavor. So I like them to be pretty brown. But I didn't have any that were more brown than that. So once I've finished that, I'll come back and we will mix our wet and dry ingredients together. Okay, now that I have completely mashed up my banana and it's all mixed together, I'm going to put the banana mixture in with my dry ingredients. Now you want to combine these, but you don't want to make it too smooth when you combine it. So I'm not going to put it in like a mixer or anything. I'm just going to combine it until everything is moist. I know that's everybody's favorite word, right? So that's all I'm doing is combining it until it's moist. Okay, now what I need to do is prepare my pans that I'm going to use. So let me show you what I've got. I'm going to use 4 mini loaf pans, and in order to prepare those, I'm going to spray them with nonstick spray coating. You do have choices. You can choose to do a mini bundt pan. You can choose to do a regular bundt pan. You can do a springform pan. Anything that will fit inside of your Instant Pot. So I'm using an 8-quart pot, and these 4 fit in there just perfectly. But you'll need to see what works with your pot. If you have a 6-quart, you may need to use something small. So I'm going to go ahead and prepare these, and then I'll be back in a minute. Okay, now that I've prepared my pans, I'm going to evenly divide this banana mixture between the pans. We do not want them to be too full because this will rise. So I'm going to just spoon some in here, and then I'll go back and add some more. This is the fun part. I actually think I might can get away with 3. Let's try it. I was prepared with 4 just in case. So these are 5.25 by 3.5 or so, something. No, 5.75 by 3 is what they are. And it looks like 3 is perfect for this recipe. So I am evenly dividing it. And then what we're going to do is cover each one of them with parchment paper and foil. Before I show you that, let me show you that these are only about halfway full. That's where you want it because they are going to rise. If you put them any higher than that, it's going to overflow and it'll cause a problem because we have to stack these in the Instant Pot. So make sure that you don't overfill them. Okay, for each one of these, I'm going to take a piece of parchment paper and place it over the top, but I do need to trim it a little bit. Mine are a little big. Because I just need it to fit over the top, and then I'm going to cover it with a piece of foil, and that I will seal around it. So I'm going to do that for all 3, and then I'll show you what's next. Okay, I have my pans ready to go, and we're ready to cook. So what we need to do is place a trivet inside of our pot. So I've done that, and I need to dump in 1 cup of water. And so now what we're going to do is take our pans and we're going to stack them in here. I can fit 2 side by side. And then the other one I'm going to turn sideways so that it lays across the top of the other ones. So you got 2 this way and 1 laying on top this way. Then I'm going to take my pot and I'm going to seal it. And I'm going to set it for manual 45 minutes. So let's do that really quickly. When it finishes, you're going to want to let it naturally release for 10 minutes, and then you're going to quick release the rest of the pressure. So I'll be back when this finishes to show you the results. Okay, we have let it release for 10 minutes now. So I'm going to go ahead and let it release the rest of the pressure, which shouldn't be too much. Because it's been releasing for about 10 minutes. So as soon as it's done, we're going to open it up, uncover our bread, and I've got a cooling rack right here so that we can cool them off. All right. Where did you go? Okay, I have these great little mini pot holders so that I can lift my trivet out. Set it right there. Go ahead and close that. And I'm gonna let these cool for just a little bit, and then I will unwrap so that you can see what it looks like. So let's see how easily they come out of the pans. I've only let them cool for a couple of minutes just so that they won't stick, and look at that. They came out just perfect. All right, the second one, and the third one, and I can tell you right now, they are so moist. So I'm gonna take a close-up picture for you and maybe slice one and take a picture of that. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, subscribe. Thanks.